Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is Thursday, the 23rd of June, and quite possibly the most frantic, the most exciting, the most content-worthy day we have had yet in the transfer window, because Leeds United have been linked to four possible incomings, and we're also going to discuss two possible outgoings. There are going to be a number of videos during today. I will release them at different points during the day. As always, like the video when we get to an acceptable amount. I'm not going to put 1,000 on it. I realized I was shooting for the stars, people, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. And throughout the day, we will release set videos around certain transfer links. And believe me, there are some exciting and juicy transfer stories for us to get into. But we are going to start the first video with an update on one of our own players and a potential outgoing that will set off a domino effect, much like my videos, but also in the transfer merry-go-round. If this player is to leave, then, of course, Leeds United will then look to replace him. And that man is Raphinha. So this is an update on Raphinha, the current state of play. As we know, Leeds United have been pretty clear in saying to a host of clubs, he can leave. We want him to go chase his dreams, but he must leave for at least 65 million. I'm hearing a lot of Arsenal fans actually, scoff at this amount. I think it's crazy to do that, especially when you consider they spent over 70 million for Pepe. Jadon Sancho went for 70 million, etc. He's worth that. He, for me, is the best attacking player outside of the top six. The numbers back that up as well. We know that Leeds United turned down Arsenal's offer. It is expected that that will not be Arsenal's final offer for the player. They will come back in. A lot of people are saying 30, 40 million. We're not actually privy to the amount. I think that's just guesswork, right? We don't actually know what the amount is, but apparently it was laughed straight out, by Leeds United. It was like, are you serious? And that's understandable. They're going to try low ball. Of course, they're going to come in with a low offer. They're not going to meet your valuation first time. Otherwise, you'll just say, well, give us another 10, 20 on top. And so you should. Do you know what I mean? We believe as well, Tottenham have told Leeds they want to make a bid. Apparently, they're readying a bid, which raises that of Arsenal, which is what you want. We want a bidding war. Okay. Apparently, Tottenham are ready to bid 50 million plus 10 million with add-ons. That's getting closer to the 65 million that Leeds United want. We know Chelsea's new chairman, Todd Boehly, has explored the situation for Chelsea. He's been firing people left, right, and centre, and I think he wants to take sole, control of everything. And I don't think you can really do that in a football club. Listen, I don't know the ins and outs at Chelsea, but if Todd Boehly is saying, right, I'm going to do it all, I don't know if that's the way to go. But I may be wrong, but that's the way it looks. And apparently he's explored the option of Raphinha as well. And I think Chelsea's quite high up on Raphinha's preference of clubs he would like to go to. I sort of understand it because Chelsea are one of the top six. They're in there regularly. Tottenham only in and out. Arsenal haven't been for years. So Chelsea are a mainstay there. So I could understand outside of Man City and Liverpool why he would want to make that move. I don't want him to. We have a rivalry with Chelsea. I don't particularly like Chelsea. I envisage a place where he goes to Chelsea. A lot of Leeds fans will give him stick for going to Chelsea. He'll turn up at Ellen Road, he'll get stick, he'll put in a man in a match performance, he'll score goals, and he'll celebrate because he's that type of character. I understand that, and I can see that happening. And the love affair with Raphinha will all be broken down. So in my hopes and dreams, he doesn't go to Chelsea. But it's been reported by a number of reputable Spanish sources that Raphinha will reject both North London clubs. We don't know about Chelsea, but he intends to hold out for his preferred move to Barcelona. We know Barcelona have agreed personal terms with him months ago, back in March. I brought you that video when that happened. But Leeds will never accept the 40 to 45 million euros or pounds, whatever it is they want. We want 65 million English pounds at least. But we know Deco's up to his tricks. He's been spotted meeting the club president, Laporta, at a dinner with Samuel Eto'o. Nonetheless, so he's clearly close to that. We know that anyway. He's one of their ex-players. Same with Chelsea, so you can understand why that one might be, a favoured option for Raphinha, perhaps, or maybe that's just agent talk. But we know Barcelona have a number of financial issues, but apparently people are saying that's still his most likely destination. However, there has been a change recently at Barcelona with Ousmane Dembele. We believed Dembele was going to leave. Chelsea was an option for Dembele. They're now looking at Sterling, and we hear that Dembele is actually willing to stay on at Barcelona. And apparently Barcelona have now submitted a reasonable offer for him to want to stay. So maybe that scuppers a move up for Raphinha. Because I spoke with Oscar. He's a Barcelona fan. He goes out there to watch them. He is pretty close to the ground with that stuff. And he said, I would have thought if Dembele stays that Barcelona won't go after, a right winger, because him and Raf play in the same position. Raf doesn't want to come and be second fiddle. And on the left, they have Fati, Torres and Depay, so they're stacked. So does that mean the Raphinha move could be out of action? And Oscar did mention that actually over in Spain, and there's regular comments from Spain in my videos, or people who live in Spain due to the fact, the Bielsa effect, etc. And they watch the channel, they now consider Leeds as their second team. They've been saying to me for weeks, Joe, this is not being reported in Spain as much as it is in England, so it's gone quiet over there. But we are being told that Raphinha is remaining relaxed. So although we're being told he's not going to wait for Barcelona and wants to push through and move elsewhere, other reports are telling he's quite relaxed over the current transfer saga, and he's content to wait for Barcelona's opening offer, despite what's going on with Arsenal. And one thing's key. We have to remember, and I know a lot of people last season tried to create this narrative that Raphinha didn't want to be here and he's playing poorly and all that sort of stuff. Listen, if Raphinha were at this football club, we won't even be in the Premier League, so we owe him a debt. And Leeds have actually come out and said, we have been impressed with his conduct. The YEP have reported as such. He remained engaged in the relegation fight right up until the last game of the season, and he has refused to make a fuss about his position and his ambitions to play at the highest level, because a number of players would have kicked up a fuss by now. He's not doing that. He's enjoying his holiday. And South American correspondent Tim Vickery actually came out and said he wouldn't be surprised if Raphinha opted to stay put, because if that dream move to Barcelona doesn't happen, then maybe he'll stay put because of the World Cup. Let's not rock the boat, if you like. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Raphinha. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Does he stay? Does he go? Would you be happy with him moving to the Premier League? I discussed yesterday on the Midweek Fix. Great episode, by the way. Make sure you check it out. Just how people felt about his potential move to a Premier League. I don't care. He can go to a Premier League side as long as it's not Man United or Chelsea, because the love affair, as I explained earlier, will stop. But if he goes to Arsenal, he goes to Tottenham, he goes to Liverpool, City, whatever, I'm not forced. Go to West Ham, got Leicester if you want, got Fulham, it don't bother me, as long as Leeds United get the right money. Because then we can then look to replace. And there was a lot of talk yesterday on the Midweek Fix about spending big on a potential replacement that meets the same valuation of a Raphinha or a Calvin, etc. I don't agree with that standpoint. And the reason I don't is because there's players out there that have great potential to potentially be even better than Raphinha that you can get less money for. It's all about recruiting right. And that's what we're going to discuss next in the video that'll be dropping later on one Cody Gakpo. Make sure you got your notifications on, hit the subscribe button, get the likes in, etc., etc., and look out for that next video. See you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.